Hi, I wanted to look at getting a little speaker for travelling, for using in the shower, if I'm working out in the garage, that kind of thing. I've got a really good home sound system that caters for most of my music needs, but I wanted something small, portable, but with still decent sound. So rather than looking at all the usual suspects, JBL, Bose, etc., I thought let's have a look on Amazon and see what I can find off of Chinese manufacturers, because you can usually get something that sounds as good or nearly as good for a lot less than you'd pay for these highly regarded brand names, in my past experience anyway. So all these speakers were less than 40 quid from Amazon UK in May 2024. So I've bought 6 of them here. Free delivery, free returns. I'll probably just keep whichever one is the best for my needs. Gonna quickly run over the specs of each of them as best I can. Then I'll do some audio clips at the end comparing the sounds of these speakers. Obviously, highly recommended to listen to the audio samples on a pair of your own decent headphones or speakers that you know well and trust. And all the audio is recorded on my Marantz MPM 1000 condenser mic at a distance of about 12 inches away from the speakers. So first up, we've got the Tronsmart T7 Mini. This one was 20 quid from Amazon UK. This one has the ability to be a stereo pair if you've got two, so it's got TWS stereo pairing, IPX7 waterproofing, so fine for in the shower and the rain. It's got built-in light show. Tronsmart state this has got an 18-hour battery life and Bluetooth 5.3. It's got USB-C charging, 3.5mm audio input jack there for connecting your MP3 player or whatnot, and a little memory card slot for playing music or audiobooks or whatever from a memory card. It's quite a chunky little fella there, round shape. Yeah, 20 quid. In theory it's a bit of a bargain, but I guess that depends on sound quality, doesn't it? Nice that it's got the SD card and 3.5mm auxiliary input there. So yeah, 20 quid. Next up is the Rhinoc S1 Mini. This says it's at 30 watts output. This one again has got Bluetooth 5.3, IPX7 waterproofing, and we've got the RGB lights on either end there for a bit of a rhythmical light show if you're into that sort of thing. This one also is USB-C, 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, and a memory card reader as well, so that's good. Usual controls, pretty similar on all of these. Volume up and down, play, pause, loop there for a lanyard for attaching it to stuff. Power on. This one's got a bass button. We'll have a look and see what that does later, I should think. I'm assuming that'll be a bass boost. This one was 30 quid from Amazon UK. Rhinoc rate this as having a battery life of 20 hours. I'm always a little bit suspicious of manufacturers' high battery ratings, but yeah, 20 hours. Odd, would seem reasonable for a speaker of this size with a decent battery in. 20 hours battery life. Next up is the Artisan X10, rated at 24 watts stereo output, 30 hours battery life according to Artisan, IPX7 waterproofing. It's got the RGB lights either end, Bluetooth 5.3 again, true wireless stereo pairing ability if you've got 2 of them. We've got the usual controls on there, dedicated EQ button, and I believe, without digging through the manual, I've only just got these, that pressing this will scroll through its EQ presets, speakerphone and call answering thing on there as well. Also USB-C, 3.5mm auxiliary input, and a TF micro SD card slot as well. Good. 30 hours you say? Be good if it does have that. Hanging lanyard there. Then next is the Tronsmart Force 2, rated at 30 watts, 40 watts maximum peak, IPX7 waterproofing, 15-hour battery life. Under the flap here we have got USB-C charging and an auxiliary input there, no memory card slot. To be honest, most of the major manufacturers don't put in an auxiliary input or a memory card slot, so to have either or any or both or whatever is a bonus. Yeah, with the RGB lights. Battery life rated at 15 hours. That's a bit lower, isn't it, than the previous ones we've looked at. Whether that's this manufacturer being more realistic and honest or not, I don't know. This is the Haesong Reverb. IPX7 waterproofing again. They're saying this has got a 40-hour battery life. 40 hours? It's a bit smaller than the rest as well. Yes, I would say 40 hours is achievable in something this size with a big enough battery, but that's significantly higher than any of the others, so I'm not sure whether that would be true or not. RGB lights. We've got the usual controls there. And under the flap, memory card, auxiliary input. Oh dear, look at that. That's a micro USB charging port. That's really old-fashioned, isn't it? I actually didn't realise that at the time, or I wouldn't have purchased a speaker in 2024 with micro USB charging. Whoops, must be an older model, this one. Just trying to have a look which version of Bluetooth it's on. It does say it's Bluetooth 5.0, so that's still good. But yeah, bit of a shame about the micro USB charging. But you know, if this sounds absolutely wonderful and 10 times better than the rest, it would be in with a chance. But yeah, need to update that, Haesong. And the last one in this little roundup is the Creative Movo Go Bluetooth 5.3. They're saying 18 hours battery life. Again, is that them just being more realistic, or has it just got a smaller battery in, or what? I don't know. 18 hours versus 40 hours. You never quite know, do you, with some of these manufacturers? But yeah, they're saying it's 18 hours for this one. IPX7 waterproofing. Bluetooth 5.3. Did I already say that? I might have. It's got TWS stereo pairing. They're saying 40 watts peak output. Connectivity-wise, all you've got is the USB-C charging port there, no memory card slot, no auxiliary input or anything, so this is purely Bluetooth. Looks quite cool with those on. No RGB lights as far as I can tell. No, there's nothing in there. There's no lights in this one. This is just a Bluetooth speaker and nothing else. No other inputs or anything. None of these speakers, as far as I can tell, like I say, I've only just got them. None of them have apps for changing EQ and settings and things like that. So your speaker is what you've got. The Artisan does have this EQ button on the back of the unit for altering the EQ direct from there, which I think is good. Saves you having to dig into your phone to change EQ settings. I like listening to music, but I also like listening to audiobooks and things. So I would want to flip the bass down or boost the mids or something when listening to speech. So that's really handy having that on there. And this one, the Rhinoc, that's got this dedicated bass button on there, which I'm assuming that is just a bass boost for music. But the rest, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong please, there's no other way to alter the EQ settings or anything like that. But bear in mind, these are all cheaper speakers. So yeah, bought these speakers. The only way to decide the winner, obviously, is audio performance. Even at the lowest rated battery life for these at 15 hours, I'd be more than happy with that. That's enough for a day out, a couple of days out, isn't it? Camping, working in the garage, whatever. They're all waterproof. They've all got supposedly decent battery lives. They're all USB-C charging, apart from the Haesong. But do they sound any good? Let's have a look. Just using some copyright-free music for this sample. So we'll do that now, and then I'll just give my conclusion at the end as to whether I think any of these are worth a purchase and which one, if any, is the best.
Oh my God. Let me show you what I got. This beat is so hot. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me show you what I got. This beat is so hot. Oh my God. what I got. This beat is so hard. Popping God. Oh my God. Let me show you what I got. This beat is so hard. Oh my God. Nah. Let me show you what I got. This beat is so hard.
Hey yo, who made it?
Popping God. Oh my God. Let me show you what I got. This beat is so hard. Oh my God.
The microphone was about sort of 10 inches away from each speaker, all the same settings, volume levels around 50%, kind of normalised so that hopefully they're all at a kind of similar level on the playback of this video. So yeah, I think they all sound fairly decent really. I will say the Creative Movo seems to have the deepest bass. Those bass notes, especially on that bit of jazz, you can hear a bit better on that, I think. Hopefully it came across on the video that those bass notes extend a little bit deeper than on any of the other speakers. But yeah, I think they all sound decent. I would probably say this is probably the best overall sounding speaker. The mids are a little bit recessed. None of these are hi-fi audio, but for me this one sounds the nicest probably. The other one that I would consider for my personal use was this Artisan one. The Creative Movo was 40 quid. The Artisan was also 40 quid, but for me this is going to be really handy having the dedicated EQ button. I quite like listening to music in the shower, but also audiobooks and things in the shower sometimes. Too much bass is rubbish in a little bathroom. It's too boomy. You can't really hear voice distinctively if there's too much bass. So having this directly on the unit that I can just flick a couple of times, the first press is to get to the bass boost mode, the second press gets it into the vocal EQ mode. So for me, having that on there, it could be dead handy for those kind of situations in a reverberatey little bathroom with lots of reflections and everything. Being able to boost the mids or reduce the bass, whichever it does, could be quite handy. And they all sound okay. I don't think you can go far wrong with any of them really. They're all right. Spend a bit more, you'll get a better speaker. But yeah, all of these are less than 40 quid. Cheapest one was 20 quid. I do think this is possibly the least satisfactory sounding of them all. Or the Hey song, a little bit harsh in the mids and treble maybe. Also, this one's micro USB charging, that one's got to go. But yeah, so for me it's a choice between the Creative Movo or the Artisan X10. But yeah, for travel, for use in the bathroom, in the shower, for use out working in the shed or something, any of these are going to be fine for not very much cash. Don't know if that's been useful, but hopefully it has. Let me know what you think. How well did the differences in audio come across? You can't move a great big ton of air with speakers this size, but they do sound decent. They've all got these passive radiators on the side. So yeah, you get some fairly nice kind of mid-bass. And like I say, this one extends the lowest. So yeah, just for me to say again, out of all the speakers I tried, it was a kind of a toss-up between the Artisan X10 and the Creative Movo Go. I think the Creative definitely sounds the best. I just wish it had any way of doing any kind of EQ so that I can knock that bass right off when I want to listen to just voice audiobooks and things, but I don't. But yeah, that one sounds the best for sure. This one sounds alright, especially when you click the EQ button to put it onto the bass boost thing. For this sort of music though, yeah, that one's the best sounding, but you know, that's okay. Thanks for having a watch. Ta-ra!